I can acknowledge that I'm a lot, but listen, if you don't want a lot, then go find less. I don't know how to not be just my authentic self, and sometimes the feedback I get from people is so endearingly sweet of how much they missed me or how much they love me. Like, God bless America. Like, I can't be in the room with all of you people without the next day. Like, you give me so many up feels. It like rock bottom the next day where I'm like, oh God, I just love everybody. I'm a puddle today. I got to stop recording and get out of the sun. For all my cousins who I blindsided with the verbal dumping of what my garden looks like, and then I didn't have pictures to show you. And to everybody who I've been saying I'm going to do a garden walkthrough and then I never posted it. Here, it is sunny enough, but not too sunny where I'm going to play music, hopefully, and not talk to you. Currently, this is the first bed that I am digging in and fixing, right? That's the pergola we put up now in the little football viewing area. The Magnolia, I am going to propagate and have Magnolia trees for anybody in the fam who wants one. My little sit and thinking area. A pool, which used to be staged with all of the plants that are currently getting ready for the class picture, which we're going to do a puzzle on Thanksgiving. I hope everybody's excited. This is the zinnia and tomato beds that I've offered my other cousin to grow the flowers for her wedding for next year, and I'm excited to complete that mission. So the bed 1, 2, that's 2B. These are all the ones that don't have roots in the ground, but they're party plants and hidden things. This mug, there's a whole story on the internet about that one. This week I'm hoping to fix the lights. The compost pile that you could bury a couple bodies in, or at least you used to could, I've now filled in and am now buttoning this up because my husband's amazing and put the electric in. We dug a trench. We dug 70 feet of trench to put in the pool plumbing or pool electric, to put in the future kitchen electric, and then to light up the quad beds, which are where Jamie Jam's Christmas lights are. Yeah, you can drive your golf cart through there. And yes, I'm having Halloween. You best believe I'm having kids have to go walk through this to get to the pumpkin. Okay, but first, this is the future boat garden that is unstaged right now. It had a lot of the plants in it that were from last year. This boat sat over Blarney Island for 50 years and in the yard, and I found it on Facebook for $20. This is where cucumbers and beans went. For our first year, we didn't do bad. Shane and I picked cantaloupe last night and ate it, and cantaloupe came off. We're waiting for the other ones. Aunt Mary said they're on their way. We've gotten 2 strawberries out of the strawberries that I finally was able to procure. I think out of 6 or 7, 10 maybe plants, I've gotten 2 strawberries, and I have not let Shane have one. Mary Owens gave me those pots. This was cucumbers and beans, which took over everywhere. So we're going to plant them in the back of those beds next year. These, we have a watermelon. We have a tiny little watermelon growing. This spider I perched perfectly on places where things didn't grow. The view from in here is arches and hanging cantaloupe underneath the spider, which I have to finish putting up for Halloween and for our spooky shoot. Under here, it has gone a little ham, so I'm still having to primp things and get them ready. And I have all the lights that were donated for Jamie Jam's Christmas are hanging on these panels. And then I have another strand of lights that goes in between these gourds before our Halloween How Do You Do. My dragon's over there just living its best life. This Nikki Anderson, Kelly and Fitz's sister-in-law, donated that. And back here, Karen Tyndall donated these hanging garden pomander things that everybody comments like, are those real? And it's the only thing I didn't grow, and I want to tell people yes, but no. Thank you, Karen. I love them. So right now, when you walk out of the garden domes, you have a little bit of a drunk dragon. Your enter only, no exit sign. This hung in our bar, Pub Shenanigans Pub. Shane had made it after we were married. Somebody had gifted us these. It's a flask. Shane made a cigar box guitar, and then we had some cool High Life ones. And it lights up and changes colors. And then that's right in front of the entrance to the pumpkin dome, which I put another arch in front of that has a little tiny I'm hoping little baby tiny pumpkins grow on this. Oh, there we go. So that is a kids climbing dome secured over a 14-foot trampoline that is upside down over a retention pond that Bobby Bill the human dug out when our house used to flood. So all the water from the neighborhood drains into a private retention pond that grew a bunch of weeds. And so Sarah, Haley, and Randall and Shane and I went cut down trees and took stuff out and got rid of buckthorn. And I dug this whole thing out and then recessed this in. So now there's a ledge that I'm waiting to... Oh God, it scares me every time the frogs plooped. There's no mosquitoes because there's a family of frogs that live under there. So in here, it's recessed so that you can jump. And then I put up a movie screen. My friend Jackie Kalbeneke let me use her projector a couple years ago, and I still have it, and I'm planning to return it as soon as possible. But Grayson and I got Shane a movie screen for Father's Day. And so we hung it up and we watched YouTube. Hanging in the dome as of today is 3 little baby boo pumpkins. Those, I believe, are green mini pumpkins. That is, I think, a baking pumpkin and a mini pumpkin. Some gourds. There's a possibility that is a full-size pumpkin. We will know in a couple days, I think. That was a full-size pumpkin until the branch died. I think that's a zucchini. This is a round, plump little ornamental gourd. Here's another ornamental gourd and another one. Oh, they're so cute. That one looks like he has 2 little spooky eyes. Different colors, different shapes. Those look like boobs. I'm sorry. Here's another little mini how do you do that's hanging. And then it should be one of those. And then there's also like some sort of an acorn squash thing. That guy just insists on being a little tipsy today. Marigolds. My mother would always do marigolds. So I got Jamie Jam's marigolds and threw zinnias in the outside of this bed. So there's white Eskimo marigolds. There's zinnias that I've been cutting back. The bouquet that I gave Aunt Rita was all flowers that I cut from over here. Back in the entrance area, yeah, you know I got a little Christmas how do you do. There's butternut squash hidden in there, and there is a yellow zucchini, or yellow zucchinis. Oh, there's 2. Or yellow squash. There's a butternut that a squirrel bit into yesterday, and now we're sharing. And all different types of tall zinnias. Here is all squashes and things that took over, and then now they're in the neighbor's yard. But he's cool. He's legit. I don't even know what that is, but it's adorable. And a tomato plant that ended up back there. Zinnias that got trampled by some sort of animal, probably the same one that clawed into my butternut. The sunflower bed in front of it has zinnias that are nice and tall and assorted colors. And a little Halloween starting, and some tomatoes and Roma tomatoes and little tomatoes. And all along the outside, same. Tall, beautiful heads of zinnias. And white Eskimo marigolds that took for all season to finally pop. But there's like 20 heads on this one. Oh, and it has a little zinnia hidden in there too. While building, we noticed that there was natural milkweed growing. And so we harvested all of that and snuffed out the weeds. And I bent these 2 trees over to make an archway and was like, oh, I wonder if I could get like a pumpkin plant to grow on it. I'm under the impression, thank you, Aunt Christy, I have now 5 full-size pumpkins growing from these arches that I put together with zip ties. So I was like, hey, Shane, we might need to get the conduit out for this one. Oh, where is one? Oh, there's a baby. There's one there. And one, up there. I don't know if that one took. I can't reach that anymore, but there's one all the way up there. So easy to say that it got a little extreme, but it's so gorgeous. And my husband accepts the fact that I live in a Disneyland. Oh, the last but not least, this is a dragon tail skeleton that has been Easter egged into the walkway. And that's because I have 2 philosophies of like building stuff. It's either build it like Disney or build it like footlights. And so in the build it like Disney, I can't not help put the Easter eggs in there. But the build it like footlights it's got to last 2 weeks or 2 years, but we're going to want to change our minds eventually. So what do? That's your garden update. And I can't wait to have all the family over next summer. Hopefully the family reunion weekend, I'll be in full bloom and be able to show off my garden like my mom used to do. But until then, I'm a dog with a bone. The kid's in the back of the car. Something that I am starting a Pinterest page for today is I want to have a spooky shoot. And I told my cousin and I told my aunts, I said, I want to have, and my sister-in-law, I was like, I'm going to get my niece this cute dress, they can pick whatever they want to wear. But the idea of doing like a girlfriend photo shoot or a little kid Halloween photo shoot, there's an aesthetic of like, I did all this work. I want my niece to look adorable in it under my mom's Christmas lights. And my aunt was, or my cousin, or my sister-in-law was like, yes, please. So I have laid the groundwork, and I told my cousins that have little girls, it's like, I am anting the shit out of this. If you have and I don't even care if it's something a little dude would like. It's just like, I know that's like something my mother would be like, Nora, I'll buy Nora's dress. So it's like, I said to my sister-in-law, I was like, can we put karaoke in the dome? Will she like that? And she was like, all my kids will love it. I was like, I think we might do a little how do you do. Have a photographer, have costumes, get family pictures, individual pictures. All I know is I want Nora, sequin dress, maybe some tulle, however she wants to look, but like the lights and the lighting, and then the like a little smoky, like mist, like all the special effects or whatever they do. Like, oh God, then I get stuck, and it's like, I'll start a Pinterest board. So that's what I'm doing today, and I'll make sure I share, because I am documenting the creative process of, I had a thought, an idea, and then like, from the time that we were like, hey, maybe we should get a pool, it was 9 days from the time that we had a pool. Like, Anna moves quick. There's reasons why. We're trying to figure out how to not always go so fast all the time. So we're going to throw that to the kids in the back of the car. I'm going to do a little rug and organization and figure out how to have a social how do you do that would warm my mother's heart in the best Halloween Hallmark way that she would be like, oh, Hallmark's doing Halloween movies now. There was a little girl in a dress and it was so cute, and they were like, yes, please. So that's how I'm closing today. Is we had a new thought, and I got to make sure that I get ahead of that, because I don't want to miss it. It's not going to be hard to pull that off. I know that at least on Halloween, I'll have kids walking through in costume, and that's going to be delightful. I want to make it foot safe, a little spooky, and just delightful for everybody, right? I think that's okay if everybody goes through their days with those things in mind. I mean, if you want to make it spooky, 'tis the season, right? Anyway, I'll leave you with that. Those are the things I'm thinking about. See you on the flip side. I'll see you on the B side.